Roma in shock.
Taehyung holds Jungkook tight on stage. Italian armies break down in tears. Rome witnessed a moment that no one in the arena could have anticipated. A moment that has now become the center of heated discussions across fan communities worldwide. Why did Taehyung suddenly pull Jungkook into an intense embrace at the heart of the stage? And why did thousands of Italian armies respond with unstoppable tears? This was not a casual interaction, not a fleeting moment of brotherhood often seen between members of BTS, but an explosive scene that unfolded under the glaring lights of Rome, leaving the audience in disbelief and shrouding the night with emotional intensity that has yet to fade. The concert in Rome had already been anticipated as one of the most historic stops in the group's European leg, but no one foresaw that the highlight of the evening would not be the setlist, the stage design, or the fireworks that lit up the Italian sky, but rather the raw and unfiltered display of emotion between two of BTS's most discussed figures, Jungkook and Taehyung. The question lingers, what was the real meaning behind that embrace? And why did it feel heavier than any stage interaction in recent memory? When Taehyung moved toward Jungkook, the crowd seemed to sense that something was about to happen. The cameras that swept across the stage caught every second as Taehyung reached out, wrapping his arms tightly around Jungkook in front of tens of thousands of fans. Jungkook, visibly taken aback, did not resist. Instead, he leaned into Taehyung's grip, his expression caught between shock and an unspoken vulnerability. The arena erupted in screams, but within those screams was also the sound of sobbing, particularly from armies who had followed their journey for over a decade. Why did this particular hug feel different? As if it carried the weight of years of suppressed emotions and unspoken words. Observers noted that Jungkook's body stiffened for a brief moment before he relaxed into Taehyung's arms. The embrace was not fleeting, it lingered, almost as if both were unwilling to let go. Fans in the front rows reported seeing Jungkook's eyes glisten under the stage lights, a detail that quickly spread across social media platforms, amplifying speculation that this was more than just fan service. Could this have been a silent message, a coded signal to their fans, or perhaps an acknowledgement of the struggles they both had endured within the machine that has dictated much of their professional lives? Italian armies, who had been waiting years for BTS to perform again in their country, found themselves collapsing emotionally under the sheer impact of the scene. Many were seen clutching banners, screaming through tears, while others stood in stunned silence, recording the moment with trembling hands. Social media exploded within minutes, with phrases like Rome hug, Taehyung and Jungkook, and Italian army tears climbing the trending charts worldwide. Yet beyond the trending hashtags lies a deeper question. Why did it happen here in Rome, and why now? The embrace was not scripted, that much was clear. BTS's performances are known for precision, but this moment broke through the routine. The setlist had just transitioned into a softer track, and rather than following the choreography, Taehyung deviated from the rehearsed moves, walking directly toward Jungkook. The choice to act in that exact moment is what makes this incident even more striking. What drove him to abandon the stage plan and instead choose to hold Jungkook in a way that felt almost desperate, almost like a plea for understanding? Fans and analysts alike are dissecting every frame of the embrace. The tightness of Taehyung's arms, Jungkook's gradual softening against him, the way the lights fell on them at that exact moment, all have become pieces of a puzzle that armies around the world are struggling to put together. Some believe this was Taehyung's way of showing support, a public acknowledgement of Jungkook's recent visible exhaustion. Others argue it was Jungkook who needed that silent reassurance, that the hug was less about performance and more about survival in an industry that continues to demand more than any human can reasonably give. Italian armies have been vocal about their interpretation of the scene. Many attendees described it as the most human moment BTS has ever shown on stage, noting that it stripped away the glamorous facade and revealed something raw, unfiltered, and painfully real. For fans who have often worried about the group's emotional well-being under immense pressure, the hug served as both a relief and a heartbreak. Relief because it showed solidarity between two members, heartbreak because it hinted at the immense burdens they might still be carrying. The aftermath of the Rome performance has only intensified the storm. Video clips of the embrace are being replayed endlessly, with slowed-down versions highlighting every detail of Jungkook's facial expressions and Taehyung's unwavering grip. Some armies pointed out how Taehyung whispered something into Jungkook's ear during the embrace, words that were drowned out by the deafening screams of the crowd. Speculation is rampant. What could he have said? Was it encouragement, an apology, or a confession of struggles shared between them? The silence left in the wake of that unanswered question is fueling a tidal wave of curiosity and emotional investment. This is not the first time Taehyung and Jungkook have been caught in emotionally charged moments, but the Rome incident feels categorically different. It was not subtle, not hidden backstage or off-camera, but deliberately played out in the spotlight, as if both wanted the world to witness it. And the world did. Millions of fans who were not in Rome have now internalized the image of Taehyung's arms around Jungkook, replaying it as though searching for clues to decode the reality behind the spectacle. For Italian armies, the memory of that night will be etched forever. Many described it as overwhelming to the point of physical pain, as though the joy of seeing BTS live was pierced with a sharp edge of something deeper, something unspoken but undeniably heavy. Some fans admitted leaving the stadium in tears, unable to shake off the lingering question of what exactly they had witnessed. Was it a simple act of friendship, or was it a public cry for freedom, a glimpse into emotions that have long been suppressed? The Rome concert, once remembered for its historical significance in bringing BTS back to Europe, will now forever be defined by that one embrace. It was more than a gesture. It was a moment that froze time, tore open questions about the members' inner battles, and revealed a bond between Taehyung and Jungkook that words cannot fully capture. The Italian audience bore witness, but the ripple effects have stretched across the globe, leaving armies everywhere with the same haunting question: what does this hug truly mean, and why did it feel like a breaking point? In the silence after the final song, as the lights dimmed and the members waved goodbye, the memory of that embrace remained louder than any encore. Rome was left trembling, not from the music, but from the weight of two figures holding onto each other in defiance of everything that surrounds them. And perhaps that is why Italian armies wept uncontrollably, because in that moment, they saw not idols, but humans fighting to hold on.